Hey there, flippers, and welcome back to Second Life Treasures. So, today's video, we are going to be carrying on our brand new series, which is starting a resale business with £10. And in the last video, we covered sort of creating our brand and also creating the accounts that we need to sort of get started. In today's video, we are going to be really focusing on sourcing products and also dealing with them sort of once we get back. So to start with, we're going to look at sourcing products, and the first thing we're going to do is a bit of research. The thing that I did when I first started was I sort of sat down and I sort of thought about what do I actually want to resell, because I'll be honest, and I'll say this from sort of current experience, not even sort of starting experience, there is a lot to get your head around. I've had some comments on the videos to say that sort of I'm very analytical, and yeah, I will agree, I am. It's also probably I'm a bit sort of risk adverse. It's probably another way to describe me. I just want to make sure that sort of everything goes well. So before I sort of started sort of going out, I did sort of quite a bit of research. And the first thing I've done was to actually sort of come onto eBay and start looking up different things that I wanted to sort of pick up. So one of the first things that I sort of searched for was DVD. And I literally went in and sorted by high price. So we'll see there. We've got a DVD that's brand new, selling for £1 million. I think a lot of these sort of first ones, even this one, probably, yeah. So there's quite a few. So, but then you've got stuff like this. Obviously, this is not applicable to sort of what we're doing, but I am in the process of looking to sort of try and get hold of a bulk lot of DVDs and actually see how much we can make from that. But you see here, wholesale DVD and Blu-ray stock, over 22,000 new and used DVDs and box sets. £4,000 is well out of my price range for both this series and the main Second Life Treasures. So let's skip forward a couple of pages. So I'll go to page 4. And even then, we're still sort of quite high up in regards to sort of price. So we've got the complete series of the bill, brand new, for £700. Wow. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's hit on sold listings and see what we can find. Okay, so that one actually does sell for that price. I don't know if that's the same one actually. But let's once again. Oh, hello. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to open that because that's something that I might buy for myself. So there you go. We've got another sort of DVD and Blu-ray collection. So once again, if you can find sort of the right sort of things, and I'm going to try and skip forward sort of quite far. So you've got the Bonanza box set, brand new, complete 1 to 4, £200. So what we'll do is we'll skip forward a bit more again. I just want to try and get to the more sort of average price that you'll sort of find, because finding sort of something that's going to sort of, finding you a DVD box set that's going to net you sort of this sort of money is going to be very few and far between. Yeah, I think there's going to be quite a lot of skipping to sort of. There you go. So we've got a load of WrestleMania DVDs there, £56. Obviously, that is including the shipping from Canada, so that's why that's so expensive. So there's a lot there. Brand new My Little Pony, Pokemon, 22 seasons. Lord of the Rings trilogy. So this is one that I actually do look out for when I'm out and about. Is sort of the Lord of the Rings, but obviously I'm looking for the sealed ones. So we've got Lord of the Rings trilogy, 1, 2, and 3, and this is the extended edition. So there's 12 discs. The only thing to obviously notice, obviously this is a region 4, but still sells for £115. So what we'll do is we'll skip for one more, and then we don't see anything, then we'll sort of move on. But as you can see, sort of if you can find sort of box sets with DVDs are really good. The only problem is you need to be careful because a lot of the ones that I'm seeing are all sort of brand new. But if we go very good, we'll see what comes up. Just going to quickly skip down to page 9 just to see what comes up. So we've got Midsummer Murders, NCIS, Doc Martin, Indiana Jones. So these are all sort of pre-owned, and you'll still see that they're selling for sort of over £100. So yeah, definitely worth sort of keeping your eye out for. So DVDs are an option. We've then got jigsaws. I've done sort of quite well looking for. Once again, I'm going to, because of the price that we're starting at, I'm going to go used. And just try and find. So yeah, they've got some 300p mint condition selling for nearly £1,000. Okay. Wasn't expecting that sort of amount. Yeah, see, this is also pulling up sort of tools as well, because obviously I've searched for jigsaw. So we've got a Ravensburger puzzle there, 32,000 pieces. Wow, that is immense. I can imagine that weighing a ton to ship as well. But as you can see, so I've only gone through a couple of bits here, but what I will say is the main sort of thing that I do when I'm out and about is obviously I make sure that I've got my phone. My phone is always fully charged before I leave, or I've got the ability to sort of charge it while we're out and about. Then, in addition to that, obviously on my phone, the two main apps that I'm looking to have is the eBay app and also the Google Chrome app. Now, the reason that I have both of them, obviously, you'll see on a lot of my videos that I sort of scan products using the eBay app. But the Google Chrome app is good because you can actually do a reverse image search. So what happens is you pull your camera up, you take a photo of, or you basically hold the camera on the item, then you'll see some dots coming up that will sort of identify it. Then you press the sort of shutter button basically, and it will then go off and look online for sort of similar photos. So I found that works quite well if you don't know the actual name of a product. That's a fairly good way to sort of find the name and also potentially get up some listings as well. So that is going to be sort of the focus on what to source. The other thing to sort of think of is obviously where to source as well. So there's a raft of different places you can. I know of resellers that source from eBay. They'll basically buy sort of job lots to sort of flip on eBay, and sort of they do quite well at that. You've got people that source from places like Facebook Marketplace and Gumtree. That can be quite a good place to start with, especially if you want to sort of start with nothing. I've seen sort of people that have started a resale business with absolutely zero money, and they've gone on places like Facebook and Gumtree looking for the free listings, basically pick them up and then sort of flip them for profit. Then you've got sort of my two staples, which are charity shops and boot fairs. Obviously, at this time of the year, boot fairs are going to be a no-go. So we are going to sort of focus primarily on the charity shops. But even then, with sort of charity shops and boot fairs, and to a certain point as well, Gumtree and Facebook, you need to pay attention to location as well. So the old adage, location, location, location. Because, and I will sort of use sort of my sort of the weekly experience that I see. So we've got 3 towns that we now go to for charity shops. We've got the town that we've been going to since we first started, and then we've got the other 2. The third town that I sort of started doing videos from, and well, we use the third town and the normal town, and that will just give you an example. So both of those towns have got a Demelza in, and obviously the town that we normally go to, that's got a Demelza outlet, but I find that the prices at the first town are a lot higher. Now, the reason for that is the town in general it's a major town within the county. So it's got a lot bigger sort of town centre. It's got a couple of shopping centres. And yeah, prices just in general are a bit higher there. And there's a bit more, there are more shops to sort of look at. The third town that we go to is very small. It's more like, its best way to describe it is more like a high street. So you've got one sort of run of shops. This one's a bit different because there is actually sort of a couple of roads that sort of go off it with shops as well. But you have the sort of the main bit with shops. Now, there are, so in sort of the normal town, there's probably, I think when they're all open, there's about 12 to 14 charity shops in that town. Whereas the third town, there's 5. No, there's not. There's 7. Sorry, there's 2 that sort of, one that isn't actually a charity shop. Well, it is a charity shop, but it doesn't sell the sort of stuff that I look for. And then there's another one that doesn't open on the weekends, so I can't actually sort of go to it at the moment. But yeah, so with the third town, the prices are a lot lower. So, for example, if we go into Oxfam in the third town, pretty much all the DVDs are there, in there, 49p or 3 for 99p. Is it 3 or 4 for 99p? Something like that. Whereas, sort of like, if we go into the normal town and go to somewhere like the Children's Trust, all of their DVDs are £1. Their box sets are all £2 and up, and they don't do any sort of bundle deals. So that just gives you sort of the sort of scales that you're sort of working with. So starting out, and for the first video sort of here today, we are going to be going to the third town. Because obviously we can get sort of bundle deals and we can get stuff a bit cheaper. And because we've only got we've only got £10. Obviously, with that £10, we are going to have to buy some packaging material as well. So yeah. Then the last thing that I'm going to look at before we head out, and that is going to be shipping. So the big thing to be aware of is obviously when you're out and about, when you're looking at sort of products and you're scanning them on your eBay app, and then in your head you're doing some mental algorithms. You're trying to sort of work out, well, if I buy this for 20p, it's going to cost X amount to ship, X amount in packaging, and roughly X amount in fees. And that's basically what you've got to do whenever I'm sort of scanning something. That's what I'm sort of doing in my head. Is it going to be worthwhile me buying that and sort of reselling it? Am I going to make sort of the money to do it? So first off, we're going to have a look at Royal Mail. So most of the packages I send are through Royal Mail. And then the other package that I look for, service that I look for is Packlink. And I actually buy this through eBay. So on the actual postage, like the page to actually buy postage on eBay, it gives you the option. So default is Royal Mail, and then there's an option for pack link. So what I tend to do is anything over 2 kilos or a medium-sized package will go via pack link, because essentially it is going to be the same price across the board up to 10 kilos. And so far I've had nothing even remotely close to that. I think the heaviest item that I've had is probably about 5 kilos. And yeah, the dimensions that service sort of uses is more than adequate for the medium parcel stuff. So we are going to first look at Royal Mail. So we are going to be sending to the UK only, because when we come to actually set up our listing, we are going to register it for the global shipping program. So what that is that's a program that eBay offer, where you essentially send your item to eBay. Then what they do is they then sort of check it, repackage it, then they send it on to, I'm assuming, sort of a fulfillment centre in the country where your buyer is, and then that then gets shipped to the buyer from there. The benefit of the global shipping program is that as soon as it reaches them, it's fully covered by eBay. So if it gets damaged in transit from arriving at their sorting centre in the UK to arriving at the person's address, it's completely covered. So you won't then have to issue a refund. eBay will basically cover the refund and any fees. So I always use global shipping program. You will get it when you first start, where you have people sending you messages, or can you just send it to this address? I don't want to use eBay, their prices are too high. You've got to be firm. If you choose to sort of do it outside of the global shipping program, that's completely your choice, but just be aware that there are a lot more risks involved. With the global shipping program, you are a lot more covered, and it's a lot more safer for you. So first off, we are, as I say, we're going to be sending to the UK. Then we've got the option. We've got 3 options. So we've got letter, large letter, and parcel. Now, letter, I don't really do anything with that. I've got a couple of things currently listed on eBay that will be sent by letter. But if you look here, the max thickness is 0.5 centimetres. So there's not a lot to work with. So most of the stuff that we look at is going to be large letter or small parcel. Large letter is going to be your sort of single DVDs and some smaller sort of DVD box sets. But as soon as you sort of hit the cardboard DVD box sets, you're going to be looking at parcels straight away. But if we start with large letter, so first off it's going to ask you the value. No, we want to click large letter. There you go, sorry. So first it's going to ask you sort of what the weight of your parcel is. So we will be, when we come to sorting the products in the next stage, and I've noticed that this video is probably going to be a bit longer than the 30 minutes I want to today, because I want to cover everything. No, I'm not. I'll tell you what we'll do with dealing with products in next week's video before we get to listing. So today we will do this bit and the going out and sourcing. So when we come to sorting out what we've picked up, one of the things we are going to be doing is actually weighing what we've picked up. So some DVDs will come in at under 100 grams. So we could essentially select that. Then we want to select, most of them are going to be sort of under £20 at the single DVDs. So if we see prices, we'll see here. So we've got the option for second class or second class recorded. But if you look here, second class on its own is just 96p. Second class recorded is £2.36. So the thing to think of is, for example, I'm just trying to think of, so there was a couple of DVDs in this week's midweek hunt where they were worth sort of high, just below the sort of £10 mark. But here's a good example actually. No, So, a couple of months ago, we went in to Sue Ryder and we picked up sort of a selection of 5 DVDs for £1. One of them was a Phil Taylor Darts DVD. And initially, I bought that as a let's just I can use the case for something else that I had in mind. But then once I got home and I sort of did my extra research on the item, I then found out that it was worth an exceptional amount of money, and it actually sold for £70. So I'll put it up on screen. And this was I'll be honest, I wasn't weighing the DVDs at this point, but this potentially could have fallen into the under the 100 gram mark. So there is no way that I was going to send a £70 DVD second class, which only covers me for £20 loss or damaged, 69p. With the amount of profit that I was making on it, I was going to be sending it something like second class, which still only has a £50 cover. What I could have done, so if you look here, so it's £2.36 for the second class recorded, but then I could go up to tracked 48 hour for less than £1 more, and it then covers the whole cost. So these are all things that you need to look at with regards to sort of what you're actually selling for. To be honest, anything that I sell for over £20 always goes tracked. And to be quite honest, it all depends as well on what my investment in the product is. So if it, for example, is a 20p DVD, it's going to cost me, so 96p, I'm looking at £1.16. I'm looking at less than sort of £1.50 to send, package, and everything. And if I'm making sort of like £7, £8, £10, then yeah, sometimes it's just a risk I take. Also, I do look at who's buying as well. So if it's a new account, I tend to always go sort of signed for, because there is people that will set up new accounts to sort of scam sort of newer eBayers. But we'll cover that once we get to sort of the shipping part of things. So for now, on average, the second class DVDs, the DVDs will go second class. But as I say, you also need to be aware of the weight. So as I say, we will be weighing our DVDs, but on average, the DVDs will be between 101 to 250 grams. So if we look there, that's then changed our price by just over 50p. So it's about 56p, 57p, sorry. So that's always something you've got to take into account. If you're going to be shipping out a DVD that you're selling for £3 including shipping, and it's, say for example, it's cost you 50p. So we're at £2 and 3p before we start. Then I'm just going by sort of my packaging material at the moment. So my smaller my smaller padded mailers cost me 36p each. So that then takes us to £2.39. Then for £3, you're probably going to be looking at roughly about 60p for eBay fees. So what are we at? Sorry, £2.39, 60p. So you're at £2.99 now, and you're selling it for £3. So you're going to make a penny. That's just not going to be worthwhile. So this is where sort of just, as I say, I've just literally done that in my head as we've been talking. That's the thing you've got to think of. When you're out of the shops, you need to be looking at sort of, right, what is this costing me? So I would always say sort of have a look at the different prices. Maybe make up a little cheat sheet that you can put on your phone, and you know sort of roughly when you're out, you'll be able to sort of gauge, well, that's quite a light case, that's not. And then you've obviously as well, you've just got to pay attention to sort of the different criteria. So large letter, has a max length of 35.3 centimeters, max width of 25 centimeters. Most important thing is a max thickness of 2.5 centimeters, and then a max weight of 750 grams. So if any of these are exceeded, it then instantly becomes a parcel. And if I just quickly go in and put in a parcel, we'll do the 100 to 500, because that's, once again, a lot of box sets will fall into that category. We'll do £20, go next, and this is going to be a small parcel now, but this one has a weight of up to 2 kilos, and then immediately you're looking at £3 for standard second class, or £4 for signed for. So if we then go back to our sort of previous example, we've got a DVD that we've picked up for 50p and we've sold for £3. So we're now at £3 for the shipping, 50p for the items. So that's £3.50. About 60p for the eBay fees. We're at £4, £4.10. Then we're looking at 36p for the packaging. So we're now at £4.36. We've sold the item for £3. We are losing £1.46 on that sale. And I'll go into it in a bit more detail sort of in a later video, and we'll talk about sort of what's called a loss leader. It does have benefits when you're starting out, but we'll cover that in more detail later on. That's a bit more of a sort of an advanced topic. So yeah, it's more just sort of about having the information to hand that you need. Once again, with sort of packet link, as I say, I use it for parcels over 2 kilos and that are classed as, or over 2 kilos, and are classed as a medium parcel. So that, with that, I know straight off the bat if I'm selling something like that. So for example, any of the typewriters that I've picked up from the boot fair, they were all over 2 kilos, and actually one of them was the 5 kilo sort of package that I sent out. They will always go packet link because they always ship for £5.76, and that is actually a next day shipping process. What I also do is anything over, any parcels that are over £50 in value also go by this, because as standard the cover I get is £60, and then I can sort of increase that to cover the whole cost of the item. The other thing I also do, so when you are using Packlink, you've got, as you can see here, a variety of different services. I'll be honest, I do not use Hermes. No situation would ever warrant me using Hermes. I'd rather get in the car and deliver it by hand than use Hermes. The two that I do sort of look at are UPS, and I think it's DPD I've used before. It might be DHL. But 99% of the time, I always use UPS. But what I also do is I also only do drop-offs. Because to do, for example, with the UPS, if you were to do a collection delivery where they collect it from you and then deliver it, that will add another £1.50 to £2 on top of your packaging fees, or your postage fees, sorry. So yeah, just be careful of that. And then that is going to be about it for this part. So what we'll do now is we'll head out quickly to the charity shops. As I say, we're going to go to the third town that we normally go to and sort of look at what we can get. I'm going to zoom through it quite quickly, but what we'll do is before I sort of wrap up today's video, we will quickly look at sort of what we've got. But it will just be sort of a quick view. We're not going to actually go into it in more detail, because in next week's video, we are actually going to be looking at sort of what we do with the products once we get home. And that will be sort of crucial before listing the items. I'm hoping that in next week's video we can do with dealing with the products and listing the items in both in the same video. But let's head out now and see what we can find. Okay, so we are back from the charity shops, and yeah, I am really happy with sort of what we managed to pick up today. Um, you'd have seen sort of, I know zip through it sort of really quickly, but you would have seen sort of there are some absolute crackers in here today. So we have, what we've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different items, and yeah, we spent next to nothing on them. So in total today we spent £6.95. So Roman Holiday was 50p. The Conair Extended Edition was 50p. These are all new DVDs as well. Gangs of New York, which is a 2-disc set, was 49p. A Turtle's Tale, 49p. The Complete Wind in the Willows, 49p. The Churro Lettengrail, I believe this is, I think it's French, I want to say. This was a 6 DVD set we picked up for 49p. It's absolutely gobsmacked when I saw that. Then Create Your Own Pop-Up Books, we paid 99p. MMC09 was £1. And then we've got the Civil War DVD box set at £2, which lands us a total of £6.95. Obviously, there is no sale prices or profit yet because we haven't worked it out. And in the next video, first thing we're going to be doing is going through and working out sort of what the profit is for everything. So I'll show you the process that I use to research the items and sort of work out what we're going to sell them for. I'll also introduce you to the spreadsheet that I use to sort of track everything with regards to my resale business. And I will be making that available to everyone. So if you want to use it for yourself, you're more than welcome to. So with that said, I am going to wrap up today's video because it has been a really long one. And I have absolutely smashed my 30-minute limit that I imposed. But I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you that are still with me. If you enjoyed the video, sort of please give it a thumbs up. I really helps me sort of gauge as sort of whether people are enjoying these videos. And yeah, with that, and also, sorry, nearly forgot, if you're not already, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to be kept up to date when I upload videos just like this. And yeah, with that said, thank you so much for watching today. Really hope you enjoyed the video. And with that said, I will see you on the next one. All right, bye.